Today, I'm back with another mega physical media ranking video for you all. Today, I'm ranking my entire Scream Factory collection. Yes, 4Ks, box sets, steelbooks, you name it. If it's under the Scream Factory label, we are talking about it today. So I'm ranking these from the worst to the best in just my opinion. Of course, everybody's list is going to look completely different. These are just my own personal choices. Something has to go at the bottom, something has to go at the top. That is how a ranking list works. But I want you guys to sound off in the comments below. Let me know how you would rank your Scream Factory titles, of course. Also recommend what other Scream Factory titles I should be picking up, because I know there's a whole bunch out there that I actually don't have yet in my collection. Of course, go ahead and mega slash that like and subscribe button. That way stay entertained and up to date on all future physical media ranking videos. But let's get into the list of horror bangers out there. All right, starting at the bottom of this ranking list, we gotta have the clear choice of Bubba Hotep. Oh my gosh, this movie put me off from buying more Scream Factory titles blind buy wise. This movie just didn't work for me. It was very boring. Basically, a Elvis impersonator, or he thinks he's the real Elvis at a retirement home. Just no good, no good on that one, unfortunately. All right, next up, we are going to have Dog Soldiers. I know everybody loves this one, except for me. I just felt it was very cheaply made. I got bored by it, just wasn't working. So, yeah, sorry on that one. All right, next up, another one. I know I'm going to get grief for some of these. That's okay. Black Christmas. Ugh. No. This is just so slow moving. Just have somebody with a creepy voice on the phone for most of the movie. Not too many things happen. I just moves at a snail's pace. It just isn't the business for me. Sorry, not sorry. All right, next up, we're going to have Motel Hell. I only have a DVD of this one. I know they have fancier editions out there, and maybe if I had a fancier edition, it'll go higher up on the list. But it's just kind of a low budget horror movie, right? These people running a motel, planting people in the background. I don't know. It's a little weird, but okay. It's okay. It's decent. It's decent. All right. Next up, we're going to have Piranha, an okay creature feature, right? Piranhas going after people. You know what you get with this one. All right. Next up, we are going to have The Fun House. Yeah, a kind of just a okay slasher film, right? Takes place at a creepy fun house, and that's pretty much it there. Yep. All right, next up, we are going to have Dead Silence, a James Wan movie, one of his earlier works, and I like the creepy atmosphere in this one. Some stuff with the ventriloquist stuff is definitely a little scary, but other than that, once again, it just moves slower. A lot of these movies I'm putting at the bottom just move at a slower pace and just don't really keep my attention all the way through. All right, next up, we are going to have The Fog. Yes, The Fog. I know, a John Carpenter title, but it's just kind of a spooky pirate tale. Kind of reminds me of like Pirates of the Caribbean with these pirate ghosts at the end. You do get Jamie Lee Curtis in there, one of my favorites, and her mom, actually. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just nothing more than that to me. All right, next up, we are going to have The Howling. I know a lot of people love this werewolf movie. I think it's decent enough, but once again, I would still prefer like an American Werewolf in London. So yeah, just The Howling. It's there. It's good. It's decent. All right, next up, we are going to have King Kong, the 70s one, which I do really like King Kong overall, but I would definitely pick some of the other versions of King Kong. So once again, it's a King Kong story, solid enough, but I really like the newer King Kong, and there's even a charm to the very classic King Kong. This one's kind of in the middle area. All right, next up, we are going to have Sleepaway Camp. This movie is kind of like a ripoff of Friday the 13th. And yeah, it is what it is. The only thing that really gets me is the shocking ending. So it's worth it to watch the movie for that. Because, yeah, I won't say anything else. But if you know, you know. So there you go. Some Sleepaway Camp. Hey, all these are like sliding off right now. It's like a whole tower of Scream Factory over here. All right, next up, we are going to have Deadly Friend, a Wes Craven title, only a Blu-ray though, so that's why a little bit lower here. But I do like the idea of, this robot going after people, especially with AI stuff going on now. So yeah, I think it's a solid title. All right, next up, we're gonna have Death Becomes Here. I know they're coming out with a 4K. Awesome. I only have it on Blu-ray, no Slippy, so I have to work with what I got. It's a dark comedy, so there's cool moments in here for sure. And yeah, you got a great all-star cast. Meryl Streep, come on. Bruce Willis. I mean, do I need to say more? Pretty awesome. All right, next up, we are going to have The Craft. Yes, probably one of the best, I guess, witchcraft movies out there, you would say. I guess a coming of age story, kind of, too, in a way. But great cast in there as well. Very creepy. All right, next up, we are going to have. Oh, another John Carpenter title. Here we got Escape from New York, which is kind of, I guess, just dumb action fun, right? I mean, it's in the title. You're escaping from New York in this, I guess, post apocalyptic world, and it's just shenanigans happening, right? All right, keeping along with this list, we are going to have The Sword and the Sorcerer, which I enjoyed this one when I watched it for the first time. Fun fantasy adventure. You got flying swords in the movie, so yeah, right? And then next up, we are going to have. You gotta have The Return of the Living Dead. Yes, I don't have no fancy edition of this one, but it's a fun zombie movie. Some gruesome stuff in there. So, yep, enjoy that one. Next up, we got a little double feature. This is why this goes higher up on the list, because that's just cool. They put two 4Ks together, but you got Slumber Party Massacre, which I thought was a pretty decent slasher. Slumber Party Massacre 2 gets a little weird, I guess, turning it more into a musical and this wild Elvis character. I don't really know what's going on with 2 anymore, even though I've seen it. I don't know. It's like the Bubba Hotep of Slumber Party. All right, next up, we're going to have The Burning. Yes, another Friday the 13th ripoff, but this one's actually pretty solid. Definitely some gruesome stuff in there. I do like the interviews in here with like a Tom Savini's really cool. So yeah, overall solid release. All right, next up, we're going to have Alligator, an awesome creature feature. You got this alligator, chomp, 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 right? Going after people, hitting people with its tail and all that. But really cool interview in here with oh, why am I forgetting the name now? The Malcolm in the Middle dad, Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston. That's who it is. Yes, Bryan Cranston. Excellent interview. Worth it for that alone. All right. Next up, we are going to have Little Nicky, yeah, this is actually a Scream Factory title. I thought it was going to be Shout Factory, but it says Scream on the spine. Little Nicky, one of my favorite comedies of all time. You got Adam Sandler being Adam Sandler, right? He's the son of the devil, and he has to go after his brothers, so hell doesn't like freeze over and all sorts of weirdness. But it's funny. There's a lot of funny moments in here, a lot of references to other movies, and you got weird cameos and all that great stuff. So really like Little Nicky. All right, next up we are going to have Krampus. Yes, the Naughty Cut edition. I know they're getting a new fancier one coming out, but this is a great, I guess, horror holiday classic. The whole family can watch this one. Krampus going after this bad family, I guess you could say. Gingerbread cookies running wild, Christmas toys after people. It's very silly and fun, so I really like that one. All right, and then next up, we got to have The People on the Stairs, a Wes Craven title. A lot of great social commentary in here that still keeps up to today, and really cool looking front cover poster. All right, and then next up, we got another John Carpenter title, Prince of Darkness. I like this one every more time I watch it. It just gets better and better. It's so creepy and atmospheric. I really like the music that goes along with it. And it's just kind of a thinking movie too, which is awesome for a horror title. All right, next up we are going to have The Wrath of Man. Yes, listed as a Scream Factory title, even though I thought it would be more Shout Factory because it's not a horror movie. This is totally, I guess, an action crime thriller of a movie. but it's really, really good. Jason Statham in there and a whole bunch of all-star cast members like Josh Hartnett. But really, really good Guy Ritchie film. It's intense. It keeps you guessing. Lots of twists and turns. Highly recommend checking out The Wrath of Man if you haven't seen this one yet. All right, next up, we are going to have Dawn of the Dead, just the remake directed by Zack Snyder. Oh my gosh, zombies in here are so horrific. The opening scene is wild and intense. And yeah, it's just one of the best zombie movies out there, in my opinion. I think it's excellent. All right, next up, we are going to have Army of Darkness. Yes, my favorite out of the classic Evil Dead movies. I just like how this one's more fantasy adventure like. Ash is awesome in this one. Hail to the king, baby. Just so many great quotable lines. I love the iconic moments where they're battling the dead army. It's just a whole bunch of fun. And there's so many different discs in here, a lot of different versions of the movie. So Scream Factory went all out for this one. So I got to give them credit there. All right, next up we are gonna have the remake of Evil Dead. Oh, buckets of blood. I just thought this was a really, really good way to do a remake. So intense, super scary, and terrifying. Just the zombie designs here. Oh my god, so creepy. So yeah, really like the remake of Evil Dead. Even though I wish Scream Factory would put some better special features in there and done a little bit more with it. But the top of the top from Scream Factory, at least just for slipcovers, we got more different kinds of packaging to go, you could say. But we got They Live. Yes, I do love the artwork here, but I really like this John Carpenter title. It's definitely a thinking movie, social commentary. A lot of stuff keeps up to today, but Rodney Piper in there. Oh my gosh, so many great lines of, chewing bubblegum and whatnot. Oh, this movie is so, so good. I love the alien designs as well and how the sunglasses work, and it's so interesting. So really like They Live. Very, very fun. It gets more actiony at the end too. So really, really good. All right, continuing on with this list here, getting into the more fancier packaging like steelbooks and hard boxes, because of that amazing packaging and artwork, these have to go a little bit higher up on my ranking list. But first up, we're going to have My Bloody Valentine. I absolutely love the art cover design here. Nice steelbook. You get the uncut edition. Yeah, Blu-rays here, but that's okay. Still amazing, super fun slasher movie. Perfect for Valentine's Day, right? All right, next up, we are going to have. Oh my gosh, this steelbook just looks so freaking cool. We got Pumpkinhead on 4K, such a beautiful design. Oh my gosh, so creepy looking, right? Now, the movie to me is only okay for a slasher film, but once again, this art design just so out of this world. Had to put higher on the list. And then next up, once again, going through these steelbooks, we got to have Carrie. Yes, I think this is a beautiful steelbook inside and out. Carrie is an all-time classic horror movie, right? Stephen King book, super terrifying, right? Who's going to take Carrie to the prom? And then stuff goes down. But yeah, really cool looking steelbook design, just has a great shine to it. So I had to put this higher on the list. All right, next up, we're going to have probably my favorite Scream Factory steelbook of all time. So beautiful. I mean, come on, the killer clowns from outer space. Look at all the beautiful colors they just pop with the clowns and the cotton candy. Another beautiful steelbook inside and out. I actually really like this movie. It's funny, it's silly, whimsical music in there, just wild, outrageous killer clown attacks. It's a whole bunch of bonkers fun. So I've got to have killer clowns from outer space high up. And then we're getting into hard boxes because this is actually my favorite packaging design of all time. I wish they would do more hard boxes out there. So we got Halloween 2 here at the bottom. Probably one of my least favorite Halloween movies. Yeah, I know what everybody's saying. A lot of people love this one. This one, I don't know. Hospitals just don't scare me that much. So yeah, but it's a hard box, and those hard boxes are awesome. And then next up, we are going to have, yes, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. A little bit more of an intricate design on the front, so it goes higher up on the list. And I can have fun with this one. So kind of in the middle for Halloween movies for me. All right, and then next up, we are going to have Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. One of the best Halloween movies out there, very close to the original in terms of just how it feels. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And once again, great hard box, yes. All right. And then, of course, you're wondering the best of the hard boxes out there. Is it going to be the original Halloween? No, because I don't have that one. I only have a steelbook of that one. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, amazing movie and just the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen on a box like this. I love the masks are just so colorful, the TV's in the background, but really great movie. And it's just awesome for spooky season. And you got the hard box. Yes, it's so nice. Yeah. All right. All right, now it's time to get into the top of the ranking list here with the box sets. Box sets get an unfair advantage because they have so many movies packed in. That's why I have them at the top. But let's see which box set reigns supreme. So at the bottom of the box sets here for Scream Factory, I'm going to have the Critters Collection. I still really like this box set. Cool artwork. There's just something about these adorable critter creatures with their eyes and smiles and rolling around like little fur balls. They're just so cool. So I really like the first two movies. Third one solid enough. Fourth one in space. Don't really care for that one, but still a very solid box set. All right, next box set, we are going to have the Omen collection. Yes, 5 movies are better than 4, and I just love the artwork even more on this box set. Really great detail here, so creepy on the front cover. And I really like the first Omen movie, just a masterpiece of horror. And then the second one is actually pretty good, becoming more of a slasher movie. So yeah, enjoy this box set. Overall, all right. And like I said, these box sets, they take up so much space, so I got to organize them as we go. All right, next up, we got to have the Fly collection. Really cool artwork on this as well. But I do really like a lot of the movies in here. That's why it's higher on the ranking list. I really love the original. I love the remake even more than the original with Jeff Goldblum. Oh, so good. And then actually the sequels, respectively, to each of those films are pretty good as well. The only one I don't care for in this box set is like The Curse of the Fly, I think it's called, that third one. That one was just weird. But other than that, great special features, great artwork. Gotta love this set. All right, let's keep organizing. Like I said, it takes up so much space, these box sets. Okay, so getting once again towards the top here, we got to have Halloween 4K Collection 1995 to 2002. I just really love this box set here. I mean, you turn it and you can see we got the hard boxes inside. So it's like boxes inside of boxes. Box Inception. I love it. But you got Halloween H2O, one of my favorite movies of all time. Halloween Resurrection, I can still have a decent enough time with. Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, that's the only one I really don't care for, but at least they did a good treatment with putting both different editions of the movie in the set. So Scream Factory really went all out for this one, and I really, really like this. I mean, it's Halloween, my favorite horror franchise of all time. Just something about Michael Myers, the boogeyman, the shape, right? And then, of course, you got to have your number one best box set of all time. You got to have that Friday the 13th box set, just so gorgeous. All that beautiful artwork, just designed all the way around. Oh, it just looks so good every time I look at this sucker. So many movies packed in here. You even got the remake. You got Freddy versus Jason. And it's just so amazing they were able to pack that many movies. So Scream Factory did a wonderful job here. Amazing special features, bonus disc in there. Oh my gosh, just really everything you want out of a horror box set. So this is the best Scream Factory release I've ever gotten in my life, and I absolutely love it. So maybe they can keep that up with a future release. Let's see if they can ever top this, because this is a pretty high standard at this point. But there we go. Once again, those were my top of the top for my personal Scream Factory collection. Once again, I don't have every Scream Factory title. There's a lot I'm missing, but those were my own personal favorites, my ranking list right there. Once again, if you haven't sound off in the comments below, please do so. What are your favorite Scream Factory titles out there? Of course, go ahead and mega slash that like and subscribe if you haven't already. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all physical media topics. Of course, have a great day watching and talking the movies. I'll also leave in the description below some other collection ranking videos I've done for Arrow Video, Criterion Collection, and you can definitely go ahead and mega slash that next one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.